Alright guys, this is DiceClip here. I was going to do a quick video on character creation for Blade and Soul. Let's see here. So, they've got a bunch of different options. So there's 4 different races, and then each race has their own classes. Some of the classes are shared between the races, some aren't. But you have the typical Jin, which is going to be the most human looking ones. Male, female. Then you have the Gon, which is like the humongo human looking ones. They are massive. Male, female. Pretty simple. Then you have the Lin. In typical Korean fashion, the small, little, kid looking people. They have little ears, but then they each have their own class as well. The Yun, which are basically like the dark version, kind of like the dark elves, I guess you'd say, but not really. They're just kind of more the evil looking class, and they only come in female. So, yeah. For each one, you're gonna have a couple different classes. You have the assassin, which is just straight DPS, and kind of you can probably assume what assassin is, but it also gives you a difficulty for each class to give you an idea. I've noticed that none of them are easy. All of them are either normal, hard, or like extremely hard. But to go further, you have the assassin, you have the blade master, which I'm guessing this is like the tank. It's a little bit more difficult to play. Actually, it's a little bit easier. I'm sorry, a little bit easier to play than the assassin. They have the block skill, and they can parry, which I'm assuming is going to make them a good tank. I'm relatively new to the game, so I haven't learned a lot. This is just a brief video on the character creations to give people that are coming into it a quick idea. You have the Kung Fu Master, which is kind of cool. It's basically just a class that completely revolves around the fists and the feet. So you can see here in the video it gives an example of each one. They have, like, I guess, brass knuckles that would be your main weapons. Let's see if so Kung Fu, we saw that one. Force Master, which is basically looks like the mage of the Blade and Soul world. Pretty easy. They have a Phantom Grip, which I guess is like the Sith Dark Throw version in this game. We can throw them in the air and then throw them back down. There's a lot of sweet moves in this game with awesome animations, but I'm not here to do a full review on the game in this video, so I'll go forward. Destroyer, which is basically looks like a berserker type class, has a lot of grappling moves. Also has a giant ass weapon, biggest weapon in the game. The Lin, which is the Blade Dancer, which is kind of it's not the Blade Master, so don't get those confused. There's actually the Blade Master and the Blade Dancer. The Blade Dancer is more of like a ninja with a assassin. Not really. The assassin has like daggers or shorter blades, but this dude's basically got like a normal sized blade, but as straight DPS at the same time. So not like the Blade Master. The Summoner, which is the easiest class to play. Oh, strike that. They do have an easy one. It's the only one. So there actually is an easy. There's an easy, normal, harder, but this is the only easy one. Combination of powerful spells and protective familiars. So they summon familiars, which is what you see there. And then they also can transfer health to the familiar and heal yourself and nearby allies. So they're the healer. Force Master, we've already been over that. See if there's any over here we haven't been to. Nope. It's pretty much all what we've already seen. It's pretty peculiar. Wow, I can't even say that. Peculiar that there's a race that completely centers around females. Which, once you start the story, this is one of the first races that they kind of introduce to you in an evil fashion. But you'll see that when you start the game. But let me go ahead and start one so I can show you more details on that. I'll just do them. Do male. Yeah, let's see. Majority of the people watching this video probably going to select male, so I'll do that. Just because, let's see, most MMO players have penises. So, let's see. Assassin, Blade Master, we'll do Blade Master. I'll do next. Select different backgrounds. This is like a preview. Kind of see what your character looks like against different backdrops. You can select different poses in normal Korean fashion. Really weird looking ones, such as that one, and then normal ones, such as that one. So we're going to go with that one. You can do outfits to see what they look like in each kind of outfit. We'll go with this one for now. Pretty simple. Kind of like an assassin. Kind of more of a adorned type of formal wear. And then same thing here. Then kind of the warrior looking armor. And then kind of like the archer rogue looking armor. But we'll go with this one for now. Lighting to see what they look like. Different lighting. We'll go with normal for now. This is all pretty boring stuff because it doesn't actually carry over. Because when you start your character, you have no gear. So body types. So this is pretty cool. It actually shows you what you're going to look like compared to other races. So you can see here that the Gaunt are fucking massive. So they go past my damn monitor. That's how big they are. I can't even compare the full thing to my character. So same thing with the female. Very tippy top of my monitor, still taller than the male human. And then Lyn female, which is like tiny. So I mean, like the Lyn male and female are about the same size, but compare that to like the frickin' Gaunt male, and they're infants, basically. And then you can select your voice, which could be a couple examples.
This should be fun.
Like a kid.
I'm ready for adventure.
He sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog.
For honor and for glory.
He sounds like Zhang Fei from Dynasty Warriors, if anyone knows that.
Will fall before me.
Champions Roar.
The heavens watch over me.
That's a decent, normal sounding one. So, and then going forward, you can kind of select defaults. So, in typical MMO fashion, you have a bunch of different defaults you can go with. I'll start with this one just to kind of go. Now, I don't want to say that this is in typical MMO fashion necessarily, because this thing has a ton of details you can do. Like, a ton. Like, it's not as extensive as Black Desert, but it's close. Skin tone, tons of different colors. The face gloss, skin gloss. I mean, you can make this dude white as pale and make him shine. I mean, it's crazy what you can do with it. Different hairdos. So normal Asian hairdos, all the way to the weird looking hairdos with a mop on your head, all the way to the guy that looks like he just got electrocuted, to the rocker greasy hair, to an afro, to Dragon Ball Z character. So kind of whatever you want there. So we'll just go with this one. Alright, you can change your different hair colors. It's normal for any MMO. Should be expected. Body type. So you can do a bunch of different body types. See how you're going to look in each one. Just do this one. So here's what it gets in. You can zoom into the character if you scroll up. You can select even the different irises and pupils. So let's just say I want to go with that one. I don't want to go with red. It'll actually do red on there, and then you can do white, make the red really come out. You can do the brows. Crazy looking brows on that guy. Alright, facial hair. Normal looking facial hair. For some reason, these guys never look good with facial hair. Like, at least to me anyways. They never look half decent. Like, that looks horrible. Like, I've seen games where this looks decent, but this looks horrible. So I usually end up going with none. But, eyebrow and facial hair color. Doesn't really apply here. And then, cosmetics. I'm guessing this is more for females. But maybe not, if you're into that thing. Eyeshadow color, density, everything. Lips, lip color, lip gloss, lip density. All these different details. Facial decorations, you can put a scar on there. Tattoos. Go with this one. Face customizations. You can look like an old lady, or you can look like a 22-year-old Victoria's Secret model. Whatever you want to go for. It's all completely up to you. I'm just going to go with the default. You can do the brow position. If you want to make him look like he just got surprised. Brow angle. If you want to make him look a little bit more evil. The depth. You look more evil. Eye position. If you want to make him look like he may be a little bit a little bit, a few cards short of a full deck. You can do eye distance, pupil position, eye shape, pupil size, eye width, eye depth, everything. Pretty simple. Nose, mouth. I'm not going to go through every single one of these. You guys get the idea of what you can do. I mean, if it's a part on the face, you can move it around, you can edit it, you can warp it, everything you want to do with it, you can make it do. I'm sure people are going to be coming out with videos to make their characters look like fucking Johnny Depp or I don't know, whatever weird faces they make. I've seen a bunch of them. One Man Punch dude. People always do a ton of them. They did a ton of them in Fallout 4, and I'm sure they'll do some. You'll see a few pop up with this. And this is way better than Fallout 4 character customization tool. Body customization. Probably want to scroll out here. Can make anything. Real life, I have a pretty fat head, so let's make it a little bit bigger. Neck thickness, I have a pretty thick neck too. Torso size, you know, stretch it out a little. Hands, whatever you want to do, you can do with it. Frame, huge, little bitty. Height, if you want to look like a Gon. I don't think it obviously goes that high because both those ones in the. Yeah, let's just do this. Gon Male. See, Gon Male still dwarfs me because I'm at his shoulder right now. I'm at his right shoulder, and that's probably the default Gon size. So he can probably go even taller than that if that gives you any idea. All right. Going forward, let's see. Let's go ahead and make him a little bit shorter. Fit in the frame. All right, let's go to next. The server you want to go with, it's completely up to you. There's a few locked. I'm hearing there's some queues on some servers, so I would go by the recommended one. I think one of them I can't remember, but I think one of them was Jawan. So name your character, whatever you want. You can do spaces. So let's say we want to make him Paralizo. I don't know, some Asian name. Paralyze isn't an Asian name. Let's do something else. Let's do Ji Wang. There we go. Ji Wang Show. Alright. Complete creation. Alright. Boom. Character is created. Like I said, none of that other stuff carries over. You come across with shorts. First start the game, you'll get your first set of gear, which actually doesn't look bad, but this game is very unique. It's very different. Gear isn't the traditional gear that you'd see in other MMOs, which is something that a lot of people are liking so far. There's been a ton of streamers for this game. A lot of them are really liking it. It's focused around PvP. So, like I said earlier, I'm not here to do a total review, just kind of give you guys an idea of character creation. But I'll be posting more videos on the game later on, so feel free to comment or request anything specific that you want to see on any specific class or any specific map or anything like that. My goal is to max out levels and really focus on PvP in the arena. You can do 1v1, I think 3v3, and I think 5v5, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. The rating system is very similar to WoW, 1500, 1600, 1700, that kind of rating system for the arena teams. But thanks for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions, let me know, and I hope you guys have a good one.